Hi, this is Mohit Tyagi. Today we will see one of the Power BI real-time scenario-based question which are being faced while doing Power BI project, right? So while working on this query, so along with that, we will be doing lot of small queries as well, right? So in the bar chart, we are using a slicer. So based on the slicer, we are selecting and we are able to see last 6 month data based on the selection. If we are selecting March 24, so we will be able to see last 6 month data till March. Along with that, along with the x-axis, our title is also changing based on the selection, right? So we need to create that. So this bar chart will be created by the sample like supply table, and this bar chart will be created out of a second table, right? So that table will be created by the supply table itself, right? So we will see all these things. So let's create that into a new workbook. So in that I have taken that sample data. So we need to add one more table, and that table will be inferred by the supply table itself. So let me create a new table, and this table we will use for the slicer. So let me give the name like slicer table, and select column, right? So with the help of select column, first we need to select the table from where we are planning to take that column, and now we need to assign a name. Like suppose I'm taking order date as a column name, right? And what will be the value inside the supply table? Order date will be the value, right? Now, and let me take the date, right? Second, we will take years, right? And the field name will be same, orders and dot years. Now we will take the month name, or we can name it as months, and table name will be same, and this is the month, right? And let me take the month number also, month number, and field will be same, order, and we can take the month number, right? If I will enter this, so we will be able to see, right? Order date, years, month number, right? Because we want to see the data in the combination of month plus year, right? If you can see, this is not something that is given by the original table. So this is something that we need to create by the DAX query. Same for the original table, right? So we need to append both month and year along with the hyphen, right? So if I will move to our original table, so this is like if you want, like you can change the data type from here, right? And let me create one more column, and that column will be for the month plus year, year. And how we will go with that? So we will take left of month, right? And from here we will take 3 letters, right? And we will use AND operator, AND operator, and we will use hyphen again, and now we will use the right, and slicer here, right? We will take the last 2 digit, right? So that is this, and we need to close this. Okay, so what we have done, so this is the left, this will give you the starting 3 letters, and this will give the last 2 digits of the year, right? So this is what we will ultimately use in our slicer. So let me create that slicer first. So we will see, because we will face a lot of issues. So let me come here and let me add the slicer, and let me take the month here. Right, so you will see we are getting this from April. This is not coming from January 2020. So we need to first sort it. So how we will do that? Come here again, and we need to add one more. Inside that new column we will use sort field. We need to create a field which will sort our month year field, and we need to add the year slicer table year multiply 12 plus month number. So what we are doing, we are creating a code which will be unique in itself, so that we can filter out our month year column, right? So let me enter this. So this is the code which is given by this DUX query. So what will happen if I will select this, right, and let me sort this based on the sort field, right? If I will go again to the main report page, so you will see we are having the data from January 2023 and up to June 24, right? But in our case, because when we will publish this report, so the stakeholder don't want to scroll it down and want to see like this is the latest month. So what we are planning, like the latest month should come first, right? So we need to reverse the ordering, right? So we need to make this reverse, right? So how we will make this, like just multiply by -1. So if you will come here, so you will be see like June 24 is coming on the top, and then May, April, right? So that's how we can achieve this. Now coming back to here, and we will do the same for the supply, right? Because in the supply table, if I will show you supply table, we don't have the month and year here, right? Because we will take on the x-axis, if you will see here, so we will take the x-axis as month plus year combination. So we need to create that new column here. So month, years is equal to, so left of order date month, and we will take the starting 3 letters, and we will use and hyphen and we will use right supply order date, and this will be the year, last 2 digit, enter, right? So we will get Jan 23 in that way. So we will also add one more field that will sort this month year, right? So we need to add one more column. Inside that we will use supply order date, and because we are using, so we will use year multiply 12 plus supply order date month number, right? And let me give the sorted axis, right? We can give any name, right? So this is giving us a code with respect to every record. So now we will select this month here and we will sort it by the sorted axis, right? So now we will not be able to see any kind of issue in the sorting. Now let me add this, and this is the bar chart, and this one year month, and if I will add the amount, so you can see, let me increase it so you can see, right? But the issue is I don't want to see all the months, right? I want to see only last 6 months. So to do that we need to add a measure, right? Let's create a new measure. What is that? Cancel. Create a new measure, and let's keep it last 6 months, right? And because for the last 6 months, so for that we will use variable maximum date, that will be based on the maximum of slicer order date, right? Now we will use one more variable, minimum date is equal to, for that we will use date, and inside date we will use year of maximum date, comma month of maximum date, and we will also use -5 because we are planning to go -5, like -6 month back, right? 0 1, so this is the first day of the month, right? So now shift enter. So now what we have got, so now what we have, like minimum date and maximum date. Now we will use the return. So what we return will give, like return will give us these two variable, and now we will use these two variable further our calculation. Calculate sum of supply amount, right? And we are using filter for last 6 months. Supply the table, supply order date, and that should be greater than or equal to minimum date, right? And we will also use AND condition, supply order date should be less than equal to maximum date, right? So this minimum date is coming from this variable, and this maximum date is coming from this maximum variable, right? So let me explain this again. So first we have created two variables. One variable will give us the maximum value out of the slicer table, because we will use the slicer for the filtering out the data from the bar chart, right? So second, minimum date. So minimum date will be based on the last 6 months, and then we are returning, and we are using these two inside our filter calculation, and based on that we are summing up the amount. Enter. Right. So if I will select my bar chart, and where is the last 6 month and let me add this into the y-axis and remove the sum of amount. So you will see we are having data. By default it will take the data from the maximum date, right? So you can see we are having the data for the last 6 months, right? So let's suppose I am selecting February 24. So you will see for from September 23 till February 24 we have the 6 months. Now last thing that we are remaining with, so this is the title. So what we also wanted to change the title. So how we will do that? Select this bar chart and come to the format, go to the general. So if you will see, title is on, and by default this is the title name, right? I don't want to use this, right? I want to create a new one. So to do that we need to create a calculated field that we will use for the title, right? So we will add a new measure, and we can name it as dynamic header, and what we are planning to give it name as last 6 month sales till, right? And we are using and to concatenate, and we will keep the space between them, space, and we will use the selected value. We will use selected value when we are filtering out data from the slicer. Where is that? We will use the slicer month year, right? And let me select this and go to the general title, and let me add the title from here. We are selecting a value from the field value, and where we have this dynamic header, right? Apply. So you can see we are having this, or you can further like make this format and make this central, right? So you can see like we are having this dynamic title. If I will select May, so it is selecting May, right? But the issue here is that suppose I am not selecting anything, so here we are not having anything, right? But by default we are having data till June 24. So we need to do something which will give us by default the maximum month and year into our title. So we need to make some edit into our dynamic header. So where we have selected value, so we need to also add one more selected value, and inside that we will use the maximum month year. So maximum month year is like we need to create that. I think we don't have that maximum month year, so we need to create that. So let me first create that. So we need to add one more field which will give us the maximum month year. So we need to select the slicer table, and here we need to add so we need to add the maximum of order date, right? So maximum date. So this is the maximum date. Let me select this into date. Now we need to take out the month and year from this. So we also need to calculate the maximum month. maximum date comma month, and we will take only 3 digits left of slicer. Right, same for the year. Let me create maximum year. So we need to also calculate the maximum year. Slicer maximum date and year, and we will take only 2 digits from the right. Right, maximum year, and now we will concatenate both, like maximum month plus maximum year. Month, year, maximum month, and concatenate based on the hyphen, and maximum year. Right, so we are having this now we can use this in our calculation. Come here, and where is our dynamic header, and we can use inside the selected value, right, one more selected value we can use, which will give us maximum month, year, right, and we need to close the bracket also. Right, so you can see we are having data till June 24, right? So now if we are selecting or if we don't want to select, still we have the complete dynamic title, right? So there are the so these are the rest of the things like formatting you can do, and we can cover the formatting part later. So that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching this video. Bye.